A very fresh and pleasant morning to one and all present there. How are you all? I hope you all are fit, fine, and healthy. We are back with English subject for class 5, and today we'll begin with the question answers of the Grandpa's Tree. As we have successfully completed lesson number 6, Sir Lolly's Ghost by Asha Nehemiah, The Clothes Line by Charlotte Drute Cole, lesson number 7, Raoul the Owl by J. Williams. So we have completed 6th, 7th as well as 8th lesson, that is Grandpa's Tree by Ruth Harrigan and Ice Golawala by Behrez Shroff. We have already discussed, we have already sent you Sir Lolly's Ghost, The Clothes Line question answers, Raoul the Owl question answers, Ice Golawala's question answers. So today we'll begin with Grandpa's Tree, written by Ruth Harrigan. As we have already discussed the lesson, Grandpa's Tree, it's a wonderful lesson. Okay, so it shows how the boy named Eric loved the tree, loved to climb the tree. The tree was planted by Grandpa, so that is why he called the tree as Grandpa's Tree. So while climbing on the tree, he fell off and then he got a wheelchair. So for that reason, his mother hated that tree and wanted it to be cut. But Eric made her understand with a prank that how this tree was very important to him and how this tree, cutting the tree won't do any good for them. So it was a wonderful story. I hope you know the story. Today we'll discuss its question answers. So I request you to take out page number 113 of your course book. Okay. So let us begin with our question answers of reading 1 on page number 113. Question number 1 says, when Eric looked at the oak tree, he imagined how his grandfather must have planted it. What was the picture of grandpa that came to his mind? Okay, this is in the beginning of the story. Correct? In the beginning only, he discussed that Eric stared up at the oak tree in front of his heart. His parents told him that his grandfather had planted it 30 years ago, and he imagined what he would be doing at it. Okay, so what is the answer? What was the picture that came in his mind about his grandfather? Eric imagined his thin grandpa leaning over a hole in the ground, a bucket by his side with the sapling in it, gently parting the earth. Eric knew that his grandpa would have finished the job neatly and then brought over his lawn chair to sit and admire his work for a few hours. So, what did he imagine? He imagined that his grandpa was thin and he was leaning over a hole in the ground and a bucket by his side with the sapling in it. See, I hope you know what is sapling. Sapling is a young tree which you plant. Okay, so gently parting the earth, and by side there is a sapling in a bucket. Eric knew that his grandpa would have finished the job neatly and then brought over his lawn chair to sit and admire his work for a few hours. So he always admired the tree, and that tree always reminded him of his grandfather. Question number 2 says, what was Eric looking for when he rolled over the bottom of the tree? Did he find it? Okay, what was he looking for? So Eric was looking for a peg in the tree. Now, dear students, what is a peg? Okay, a peg, here the question is written, a peg is a short piece of wood placed in the trunk of a tree to help you hold it or step on it. If you see on page number 110 of your course book, there are pegs that is on the tree, and you step on it, and then you climb on the tree easily. So Eric was looking for a peg in the tree at the place where he usually started his climb. He found it, but it was out of his reach because he was now in a wheelchair. Okay, so that was he looking for when he rolled over the bottom of the tree. Question 3 says, Question 3 says, list the steps Eric takes to make his climb possible. First, Eric hammered a few more pegs at lower heights so that he could reach it. As he did this, he planned his route up to the tree. He reached for the first peg and pulled himself off his wheelchair. Putting one hand after the other on the pegs, he managed to pull himself up all the way. He leaned his back against the trunk. He lifted his left leg and then his right leg up and over to the correct position to sit. Okay, so what did he do? What are the steps he did to climb the tree? So it was first he placed the pegs at the lower heights. He hammered for a few more pegs at the lower height so that he could climb it easily as he was on his wheelchair. He reached for the first peg and then pulled himself up on his head with the arm strength. Putting one hand after the other on the pegs, he managed to pull himself up all the way because he was handicapped and his legs weren't working. So he used his arm strength to climb up the tree, and then he he sat on a correct position where he used to sit. Okay. Question number 4. Here are a few sentences from the story. Read them carefully. What do these sentences tell us? Choose the best answer from the given options. More than one option can also be correct. Okay, question A, I'll dictate the question as well as the options, and you just take your workbook, your course book, and tick the answers in it. Question A is, knowing Grandpa, he would have finished the job neatly, then brought over his lawn chair and sat and admired his work for a few hours, smiling and watching the tree grow. Okay, which are the option which is correct? First is, Eric had lived with his grandfather for several years and he knew his mannerisms well. Question 2 is, option 2 is, Eric's grandfather did not know that trees take a long time to grow. And 3 is, Eric missed his grandfather. So your answers are question option 1 and 3. That Eric had lived with his grandfather for several years and he knew about his mannerisms. And second, he missed the grandfather a lot. So these are two options, the correct answer. Question 2 is, his mother began to cry. She pointed at Eric's wheelchair and said, "That tree is coming down tomorrow," and ran from the room. Eric's dad just cleared his throat and shrugged. So, what does this sentence mean? Eric's mother was very angry at the tree. Yes, she was very angry. Second, Eric's dad did not want to help Eric. Yes, he did not want to help Eric. And third, Eric's mother did not actually want the tree to be cut. No, she wanted the tree to be cut. Why? Because Eric had fell off from the tree. So your options 1 and 2 are the most suitable one. Moving ahead to question C. Grandpa would have loved what you did today. Mother said. She said so because Eric had saved a tree. Yes, he had saved the tree. Second, Eric had shown how he could prove his point intelligently. So yes, that is also correct. He's very smartly climbed up the tree using the by hammering the peg inside the lower heights of the trees, and he successfully explained his mother that what he wanted and harming the tree and cutting the tree won't do any good for them. And Eric had encouraged his mother to climb up the tree. So all the three options are correct. Moving on to reading two, that is on your page number 114. Question 1 is, Eric decided to climb the tree because he did not want the man to cut it. Do you agree with the method he used to get people to listen to him? Give reasons. Is there any other way he could have used to stop felling the trees? So here your question is, Eric decided to climb the tree and he did not want the man to cut it. So this method, is it suitable, and is it the best way to make others listen to him? Give reasons. Or if no, then is there any other way for him to stop the tree to be cut? So the answer is yes, Eric chose a wise method to prove his point. It is unlikely that any other method would have worked. Okay, if he wouldn't have climbed up on a tree, he would have shouted from the back and the tree cutter would have cut the tree completely. So he climbed up the tree so that the tree cutter, that two people with the orange t-shirt, won't cut the tree. Eric quickly realized that his mother would never agree to let the tree stay and knew something drastic had to be done. By climbing the tree, though he was in a wheelchair, Eric managed to prove his point intelligently. He also managed to get his mother to climb the tree so that she could see for herself why it was so special to him. So obviously it reminded to him about his grandfather. Apart from it, he loved climbing the tree, and the tree which was sown by his grandfather. So he wanted her mother to realize that why it was so special to him. So he encouraged his mother to climb up the tree along with him. So yes, it was a very wise method to prove his point. Okay, question 2 is, Eric's mother thinks that the tree is the cause for his paralysis. Is this true? Okay, the answer may vary. First is, he used to climb the tree on regular basis and he fell off the tree. So it was obviously the reason of his paralysis. But the answer is no. The tree wasn't the cause for Eric's paralysis. What happened was an accident. So your answer also can vary. Okay, you can even write yes if you think it is yes. Okay, if you think it is no, then you can write this answer, that what had happened was an accident. Even if not this tree, any other tree he would have climbed and he would have accidentally fall from it. It isn't right to blame the tree and cut it down for something that wasn't its fault. Okay, it was not the fault of the tree that she wanted it to be cut. Question 3 is, the two men from the tree cutting service had to go back without cutting the tree. Imagine you and your partner are the two men. Have a conversation about what you think of Eric. So now you imagine yourself as the person wearing the orange t-shirt and you are a tree, you are giving tree cutting service. Okay, and now you are going to the place of Eric and you see that while cutting, before cutting the tree, a small boy is there. What will be the your imagination, what will be your dialogue with the other partner? Okay, you and your friend are two men. Okay, man 1, that little boy is something, huh? Man 2, yes, it is unbelievable what he did. He is in wheelchair and he has climbed the tree, so it is unbelievable. Man 1, imagine the strength he needed to climb that tree. It's no small tree, and he uses a wheelchair. Man 2, I know, but did you see the look on his face? That victory look? That was the look of a determined person. There was no way he was letting that tree get cut down today. Man, yeah, good for him. So, this is just a sample answer, sample dialogue which I have shown you. You did not need to write the same answer in your notebook. You need to frame your own dialogue with the partner. That is, imagine that you are that boy, that person giving the service. And along with your friend, you're moving there. So imagine it, the situation, and write the dialogue on your own. Okay. Question number 3. We have completed question reading 1 and reading 2. So moving on to the vocabulary part. Okay, moving on to vocabulary part, linking words. Okay, that is on your page number 114 to 15. What are linking word? Okay, read these sentences from the story. Knowing grandpa, he would have finished the job neatly, then brought over his lawn chair and sat and admired his work for a few hours, smiling and watching the tree grow. You got yourself up there, so get down. So the words in italics are called linking words. So I'll tell you which are the linking words. Then, okay, so these all are linking words. Okay, linking words are used to connect two sentences. Okay, for example, but because, as, and since. Okay, when do we use it? First, let us understand when do we use these linking words. We use linking words such as because, as, and since to state the reason. Okay, this happened because this is, okay, I came late to the school because our van was punctured. Okay, this is the basic reason you give for coming late. Second is so and therefore. So and therefore are two linking words which is used to explain the effect. Okay. Third is if, unless, and otherwise to state the condition. We use if, unless, and otherwise to state condition. In order to, so that, we use to state purpose. Okay, in order to climb the tree, in order to, so that he can do it, so that, in order to are used to state purpose. Then, later, finally, afterwards, these all are used to introduce the sequence. Finally he was successful, finally. Okay, afterwards, later, then, these all are the words, linking words, which are used to show, introduce the sequence after what happened. That, but, yet, in spite of, despite, however, on the other hand, these are all linking words used to show the contrast. Okay, show the contrast. Moving ahead to our exercise, let us start. Use a linking word from the table to fill the blanks. One has been done for you. Okay. Question number 1 is, our family of 19 people is jogging on the beach today morning. Dash, we will be spending some time exploring the caves. Okay, so what we'll use here? Which one? Okay, it is a sequence. Our family of 19 people is jogging on the beach today morning. Then we will be spending some time exploring the cave. So we will use the linking word then. Why do we use it? To show the introduce the sequence, that this was what happened in the morning. Then we did this. So in order to show the sequence, we use then. Question 2. Rachel is wearing her favorite jogging shoes. Dash, she is comfortable. Okay. So we'll use here so. Rachel is wearing her favorite jogging shoes, so she is comfortable. So is used to explain the effect. Okay. She is wearing this, so she is comfortable. Okay. So it shows the effect. That is why we use so. Dash, we reach the lighthouse first. Question 3. Dash, we reach the lighthouse first, we will wait for you. If we reach the lighthouse first, we will wait for you. So if is used to state condition. If this happens, we will do this. To state the condition, we use the word if. Fourth is, Juhi is only 6 years old. Dash is jogging ahead of everyone. Yet is used to show contrast. She is only 6 years old, yet she is jogging ahead of everyone. She is very fast in jogging. So to show the contrast, we use the word yet. Question 5. I have brought 2 water bottles. Dash, you don't have to buy water. Again, so is used to state to explain effect. I have brought 2 water bottles so that you don't have to buy water. Question 6 is dash, it gets too hot. We will have to rest under the trees for some times. We'll use here if it gets too hot. We will have to rest under the trees for some time. Okay. So this was your vocabulary on your page number 114 and 115 of your course book. Answers are then, so, if, yet, so and if. So what you need to write now is, I hope you have completed the previous lessons. If not, then complete the notebook with beautiful handwriting, and if you have completed the book, then you can start with the grandpa's tree. Give the heading periodic test 3, grandpa's tree, lesson number 8. Write down the glossaries. We have 12 new words, that is glossaries. Write it with the beautiful handwriting and learn it by heart. After that, write reading 1 and reading 2 and the answers we have discussed. Later on, complete the vocabulary part in the textbook itself. You don't need to copy it in your notebook. So this much you have to complete, and we'll move up to our grammar portion in our next video.